I want to talk about this. This is the same person who sent me to the psych ward because I didn't follow her expectations of how I should be in the household dynamic, the toxic household dynamic. This is the same person who sat there and let her husband beat the shit out of me and took his side, and then turned around and told me that I had 30 minutes to pick all of my kids' crap off of her sidewalk. Otherwise, she was throwing it. I did not show up to get my kids' stuff. I will just get them new stuff. That was over 7 years ago. And still to this day, the tactics being used right here is to shift the narrative to favor their image. That is exactly what I am talking about and I am speaking up against. You will not silence my voice. My reality is the fact that you let me get the shit kicked out of me, you let me get sexually abused, and you sat there and you pointed the fingers on how it was my fault and how I'm the one who's making it a problem because they had a right to my body. Even though we weren't together at that point. Even if we were together at any point in time, they had a right to my body is what you stated. You allowed a meth head to be in the basement and jerk off using my laptop. You allowed that. You allowed a 13-year-old to go to a carnival by herself. That is not something a real mom does. This right here is everything I am shouting about and raising awareness on. I didn't ask for a life of luxury, but the bare minimum of a parent who gives a flying fuck is all I asked. And when my paternal side tried to help, they were brushed off and manipulated to be the bad person. This is gaslighting. This is tactics used to silence your voice because your voice is powerful. It threatens the narrative that they have of themselves. You don't stop because it threatens their narrative. You keep going because that is your reality and you deserve to speak your truth. I was a kid. I did not deserve any of what I had given to me. I didn't ask to be born. I sure as hell didn't ask for wine to be in my bottles as a baby. I didn't ask to be taken to parties. I didn't ask to be thrown in a back seat while someone drunkenly drove me around the back roads. I didn't ask for any of that. A child doesn't ask to exist. A child just does exist. A child needs love and stability and someone who's gonna show up and care no matter how much they throw shit at them. Because the more a child throws shit and behaviors, those are symptoms of the abuse they're going through. So don't think they're just behaviors. They are symptoms. Again, feel free, look. I'm surely not a narcissist deadbeat. That's exactly what someone who would deflect would say. We have to save that image, don't we? We can't just, allow someone to speak their truth that threatens your image. There's no accountability here. There is nothing. There's not even, hey, I tried. I'm sorry you felt that pain. No, they're not going to give you that. Even there, that half-assed apology of, I'm sorry I couldn't give you the life of luxury. Who says that to their kid? Was I asking for a life of luxury? No. I was asking for someone to be there. Someone to give a fuck. Someone who noticed me. Someone who saw me. And this is not what I got. And this still shows the continuation. There is no real work being done here. There is no mental work being done. This person is just shifting and trying to fix the narrative because their ego is so fragile they can't warp it that they are the bad person. They don't want to think that way. It's easier to stay in the pain and in the comfort than actually do some real self-reflection and healing. No, not a real mom. Look at that. All the tactics I'm using. Say it out loud. All the tactics I'm using. I want to make you believe your childhood wasn't that bad. I want you to question your reality. I want you to listen to this half-ass apology because I'm going to sit here and I'm going to backhand you with more shit on top of the apology. That's a backhanded apology. That is no real accountability. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. The only thing these people care about is themselves. They have no thought process to care about someone who isn't themselves. Feel free to like, share, comment, do whatever you gotta do, because I know I'm not alone and I'm not gonna stop speaking my truth.